Hi, I'm Sebastian. Everyone talks about organ transplantation, but the real question is, will you be willing to donate one of your organs? I'm talking about this because organ donation is a problem that affects thousands of people in the world. This topic has been on my mind for many years, and it was the reason to study my career. Therefore, I come to explain the problem of organ donation in Colombia and give them a possible solution to this problem. First, we will talk about what is organ transplantation. Organ transplantation is a process where a diseased organ is replaced by a healthy organ. The organs that can be transplanted are intestines, heart, kidneys, liver, pancreas, and lungs. As you can see, it is a problem that affects all the countries of the world. The vertical axis represents the number of people and the horizontal axis the year. This figure shows that approximately 120,000 people are on the waiting list to receive an organ, but the number of donors is less than the demand. Now, have a look at this. In 2019, there is a new record number with almost 7,400 living donor transplants. Additionally, around 40,000 total transplants were done, with an increase by 8.2% over the last year. I'm very happy because the number of donors has increased in the last 2 years. Now, let's take a closer look of the situation in Colombia. Since 1918, the surgical procedures have been realized in Colombia, but the number of people that need an organ transplant increases every year. In Colombia, an average of 1,100 transplants are made every year. Currently, there are 2,500 people in the waiting list to receive the process in Colombia. This figure shows transplant done in the first half of 2018. But do you think this number is good or bad? Unfortunately, the number is bad because it's not enough with the necessary number. The figure speak for themselves. As showing data, the number of patients on the waiting list increased and steadily. Meanwhile, the transplants number per year doesn't have many variation, and for this reason in relationship is constant. It like to drag your attention to the description of problem. The problem with organ transplantation is the donation. This is this is due to the necessity of solidarity to allow the exchange of organs between two people. The main reasons are religion, lack of information, and fear. On the other hand, there is a big problem corresponding to use of organ of a corpse because the religion and some people disagree with this situation. Therefore, the donation is a little hard in Colombia. Now, the background of the problem is disinformation of people. This is because people don't have a culture of donation organs. In Colombia, most people have no idea how their organs could help save the lives of thousands of people. I mean, that a person after death can donate most of their organs, but almost always the family doesn't allow it due to fear or disinformation. For this reason, one of my solutions is to create educational campaigns on organ donation in Colombia. One possible solution to the problem of donation could be the promotion of informant campaigns, focused on people without knowledge about the surgical procedures and benefits about other people's lives. The advantage of campaigns are to decrease fear in people, increase the donation rate, and to be economical. My personal relationship to the topic is a story about my life. One of the main reasons to study biomedical engineering is that I have always wanted to save lives. For this reason, I always had an interest in the area of tissue engineering. This area is in charge of creating artificial organs. I know the idea uh, is a little crazy, but today, more than a dream, it's a reality. Around the world, there are many research groups working in this area of science. Personally, I believe that creating artificial organ is the solution for people who need an organ transplant. Obviously, the solution will not be for tomorrow, but in the coming years, this idea will take more strength. Some examples of artificial organs are ears, lungs, eyes, heart, and kidneys. Finally, going back to the initial question, and after all this presentation, will you donate an organ? Thanks. Thank you very much for your attention.